some Mark, Warden, or Meepo, or CK, or TA currently. So I really think it comes down to the patch, but right now these two teams are definitely on a different level. And I'm favoriting VP a little bit, even though they lost the last couple of tournaments. They attended the last couple of tournaments, and they did, I believe, win the EWC qualifier as well, so they have some success in the last week at least.
Well, let's witness how this game is going to shake out, as we do have game numero uno happening here. A little bit of just moving around, getting some vision out, you know. It's still early in the game. No need to do anything fancy and special. We're looking at what the lane configurations are going to look like. Notice playing in the off lane with his Pango. Him and Rubik seems pretty decent, kind of strong. How does that fare against TA, Elder Titan on that side of the map?
I think ET is busted, and because of that, like busted in the lane, that is. And because of that, they might have a little bit of an issue playing against him. But overall, Rubik and Pango, they have so much to offer, like these two heroes, that Pango should still find farm. TA isn't the easiest matchup for him, though, in general. We'll see. Solo is, you know, veteran, and a veteran on the Elder Titan as well, so we'll see what he does.
So far, nothing too spectacular or special happening anywhere on the map just yet. Just some trading of farm. This mid lane is going to be, my gosh, this is going to be so boring, dude. I can't imagine any of them realistically being able to kill off the other, but feels like SquadX should be able to do quite decently for himself in terms of the CS matchup.
Yeah, it should be decent for SquadX, but it shouldn't be really that hard for Kiyotaka as well, and that's what matters. That's why they picked this Wind Ranger here. It's a hero that just, you know, he starts hitting you, you pop your Wind Run, you hit back, or you just get that mischance so he cannot use poison attack on you, which forces him to go Nether Toxin a little bit earlier. So overall, a matchup that, of course, Viper wins most of them, but this isn't the easiest one for him.
Slow and steady will win the race over time. You know, like you said, Viper's a slow hero. Let's take a quick gander down bottom, where Kiritich and FNG playing up against the Centaur as well as this Weaver. They're just putting some pressure onto Centaur, you know, doing Lifestealer tree things, but overall, unfortunately, two melee heroes, when the enemy hero has a support Weaver, you're gonna get harassed whether you like it or not.
Yeah, I was gonna check if he went for the other face at the workhorse, you know, that you don't need your boots, you just go full bracers, but instead he went for the double edge. I think this is maybe a little bit better, especially when you're playing into a Lifestealer. Like, getting that armor from the phases early on is probably more important, so yeah, he goes for that. Weaver, like you said, not only is he playing versus two melee heroes, let's see bot lane actually. FNG might
get the first blood here. Yeah, they got the blood grenade down, all the damage that they need, and FNG will end up taking that tumble. I'm just gonna put it out here, public service announcement. If you want some free MMR, whether you play 4, 5, or 1, just play Weaver. Thank me later.
Yeah, the hero is in a good spot. This facet, the Sukuchi facet with the movement speed and the slow when it connects is really damn nice. I still like this hero a bit more as a core, but I might be wrong, because I haven't played him as support that much. And the games that I have seen on support, he looked pretty damn solid. So you get Gemnet attack, so your trading is pretty good from the get-go, I guess. In this game, you're playing into a Lifestealer. You're just loving life. Like, this is even carry to carry matchup. This is really good for you. So yeah, he's gonna love his game until Rubik steals Sukuchi. That
I was about to say the same thing. Like, the only thing he hates is Antares. As long as Antares doesn't get the Sukuchi, he'll be fine. It'll be okay. Yeah. It is a bit complicated for Antares though, because there are a lot of good spells to steal, but you always feel bad playing Rubik and you don't get Sakuchi. He really is going to want that spell, so it does give Sayush a bit of an advantage as long as he has some kind of vision over the Rubiks to make sure the spell never goes away.
Yeah, I think you're hands down just constantly stealing Sakuchi and that's it. Like, one other spell that's super easy to steal is Stampede, so you can steal Stampede as well in some of these fights, help your teammates out, and then steal Sokuchi again, you know, and then run around, because it just gives you too much mobility. Top lane, Antara, speaking of him,
yeah, he might actually be dead here. Does have sticks underneath the tier 1 tower. Unfortunately, the Meld Strike and the damage coming in from Solo, a little bit too much. Gotta love that movement speed buff, man. Windlace, and you already feel like you have boots. Very fast hero.
Yeah, and he went for deconstruction, by the way. He didn't go for the other... He didn't go for the other facet. I think the other facet is better if you're a core. So it does make sense that he went for this, but I really want to play some core ET. I feel like this hero, even a support, I feel like this hero is in a good spot again. Like, to win against him, you need the slow and the stun from both of your heroes in the lane. And if you can't get that, he becomes pretty damn bad in the laning stage, and if he's bad in the laning stage, your carry is suffering, because you don't really offer a lot until like level 5 when you can react to things with the stun.
Right now, game's slowed down a little bit. Everyone just gotten back to farming, although Dark Lord might be in some danger here. At the same time, he's putting in the right-click damage onto FNG, and here comes Sayish, ready to render aid and get another kill onto the tree man. FNG knows he's cooked, and will end up giving up his life. Not going to get much more out of this, but that does mean that Centaur is just going to keep farming in the bottom lane. Sayish might stick around a little bit longer, but overall, 9 Pandas looking really good in their movements here in the early game.
Yeah, so far they are cooking in this laning stage. FNG cannot really find his place on the map. He refills the bottle at least on the mid lane, helps out Squadix. Probably gonna go back down bottom, maybe secure some runes. But yeah, like you said, so far so good for 9 Pandas.
This game right now still looking like it's going to be quite a while before things really pop off. Anybody who doesn't know about Eastern Europe, yes, Divide things happen, but later in the game. Things take a while to start getting properly heated up.
Absolutely. So, like, but when they do get heated up, they really get heated up. Oh yeah, then it's a bloodbath. Yeah. that's usually the case, you know. Then you get some smileys, some question marks, you know.
Oh, I can't wait for the question marks, dude. That's what I'm here for this game. At least one. At least one.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if we get there. But when it comes to like some strange items, I don't think anything is that crazy so far. I'm sure you all have seen the Echo Saber Pangolier. Like, this is the build. He went for the Raid Band for some extra armor as well. Nothing that crazy. Bot lane might go on Alberca here.
Will he die? Let's see. He's level 5 right now. They're gonna go on top of him. He attempts the TP out, and he's fine. But, oh, he's actually not fine. Where did he TP to?
Oh,
he was going to the tier 1 tower. Sayish just came here. That nearly got him killed, but fortunately for him, it doesn't. He gets out safely.
That was fortunate, because he was 100% dead if they hit him. Like, he wouldn't survive. Sometimes you're like, I'm not sure, maybe. No. This time around, he'd 100% die if they continued hitting. Kiritich, the Unbeliever.
Ah, Kiritich. What did you do, mate? We needed you, bro. Didn't deliver when the time was right. And you're going to try go again. Have a Nature's Grasp going out onto Alberca. This is still prior to him activating the Stampede. He does have it, though. But they're not going to die for him underneath the tier 1 tower with 6 available.
Yeah, now that he has ultimate, now it's a completely different story. Even if you go on him, you have to worry that they might respawn on you. So a free kill isn't that free anymore, and especially now Kiyotaka.
Yeah, they're coming in from the mid lane with Kiyotaka, going back onto Kiritich, but looks like the move did get scouted out a little bit. Not sure what gave him that information, but he utilizes it. Yeah. Do they have a ward? Oh, I see it.
Yeah, Solo just killed it, and they also realized that the ward is there because he just scouted it as Mindranger was rotating. But okay, mid lane Antares instead.
He lifts back, so that's his only protection away from Sayish's Weaver, so he's certainly going to die here. Kiyotaka peppers him with the arrows from the focus fire. The one thing that does kind of suck about their draft on 9 Pandas is that until this TA shows up with better items, their tower siege isn't necessarily the best, but they can still play up-tempo and just keep skirmishing like this.
Yeah, they're doing it fine so far. Maybe the right clicks on the tower aren't amazing, but you can slowly chuck these towers down. Like, one thing that people don't realize is, like, when they say tower damage, like, you do have tower damage with any team you pick, any draft, you have the tower damage. The only problem is people aren't taking, how to put it, like, they aren't using their time on the map to hit them. Like, look at Kiyotaka right now. The creeps are under the tower, he's hitting the tower. He's not going back to farm something, no, he just hits it. Because he knows, okay, they can't really kill me, I have too much mobility, so why wouldn't I? And there you go, like, the first tier 1 falls, even though, quote-unquote, they don't have the greatest tower damage.
Very well done by Kiyotaka. There was a smoke up by Antares as well as Squadix, but it ends up going to nothing. Squadix just content to finish up his farm, get to the D-Lance ASAP. Now that they have claimed this tower, is there space on the map for 9 Pandas to make a bigger play? Maybe try a kill off Kiritich one more time?
Was that a question, or are you just making a statement?
Yeah, I'm asking.
It's a question. I mean, it's possible. I feel like just a overall rotation on top lane, maybe even from the lifestealer, would be nice on VP. And when it comes to the other side, I don't think Kiritich is that killable here, like with the rage. FNG, however...
Yeah, he is going to need help. Modus is going to supply said help, rolling in after him. Solo does manage to find the kill onto FNG, but this might doom Sayesh to die, or maybe not. He's running himself away from Antares. Antares too low on the HP. With the shackle shot from Kiyotaka, making sure Squadix cannot help. They grant the double kill to Solo, but now here are reinforcements. Kiritich, him and Modus, they're able to kill off Kiyotaka, and now they're trying to get in, but Solo being too much damage right now. The stop comes in, Solo is still alive, and notice he's the one that's going to end up falling to the Mel Strike from Dark Lord.
Wait.
Solo, what a player. Elder Titan actually is broken as 9 Pandas win a fight in the top lane.
Are you telling me Kiritich didn't infest this Setar Tormentor to try and catch Solo with it? Come on, I'm disappointed. I'm so disappointed. You have this shockwave, you have so much movement speed. You could have... Of course, he's not gonna do it. It would be too crazy, but I mean, it was possible. Anyways, Solo just rescued that fight. That fight was very lost. He gets a triple kill. He had plus 300 damage from the Astral Spirit. The team maxed out, by the way. He's maxing out the Astral Spirit. No ulti even, for now. 3 in Astral Spirit, 2 in Natural Order, and that's it. Which is interesting, like, he obviously knows something at the moment about the hero. Also, Tranquil's drums, maybe Boots of Bearing later on. Nothing crazy. But yeah, you gotta worry. You gotta worry if this guy gets all the damage. You need to maybe even overgrowth him. You need to control him.
Might be getting him growing a little bit sooner now because they're smoked up. Sayesh and Kiyotaka coming bottom. Their eyes on the tier 1 tower. Solo, he's the one leading it a little bit first, but Kiyotaka activates the haste rune on the backlines. This could be trouble here, Liz. Kiritich trying to hide himself in the trees, but there's going to be the scouting from the Astral Spirit with some bugs as well. FNG will be the first one taken out here. And Kiritich, he needs help and he needs it now. We'll just go for the rage TP out though. Smart thing to do. Forfeit the tower, but make sure he gets himself out alive.
Yeah, they just don't have any ways of stopping that for now, so he just TPs. Or I think in general in the game it's gonna be hard for them to stop the rage TP out. None of these heroes buys Basher or anything like that, so he should be always fine to get away as long as he has that rage. FNG not having a good game. This is 0-4 minute 13. Yeah, he's having a rough one wherever he goes, but you know, sometimes you just eat those ganks, and he's sitting down bottom. He's dead again, I feel like.
He set up a little bit of vision here, so they see Sayesh, and there's going to be the first steal of Sakuchi in this game. They could try to do something, but Kiyotaka and the boys feels like they didn't think that they could take the tier 1 earlier, so that gives enough space for VP to come back, reclaim the area, and still present some decent place for farming for Kiritich.
Oh, for sure. Squadix and Kiyotaka, let's see. Diffusal is there.
Yeah, Squadix, sus bro.
He's a bit too big,
but
like, yeah.
I think Kiyotaka could maybe, if he was completely 1v1 in like an isolated part of the map, probably goes for it, but recognizing that Antares is coming with Sakuchi, probably the right idea to leave.
Yeah. If you're somewhere like on your side of the map, you're 100% going for that, but not like that. Even though he didn't get him, that wasn't a bad play from Kiyotaka. Sometimes, like, how to put it? Like, Dota is a game in which, when you're maxed out as a team and as a player, you know you're not getting kills in most of these plays, but you have to force it. You have to force some sort of reaction from the enemy team to put them on the left leg, so that you can actually get a kill in the next move. You smoke up, you go somewhere else, and now they don't have two TPs to respond to. So.
I forget who it was. It was one of like the former players on some panel. It might have been you actually talking about how one of the most important things to do in Dota, even if you don't accomplish your own objectives, force the enemy team to be unable to accomplish theirs. So just put them under a heightened state of stress.
No, that wasn't me. That sounds too smart. That wasn't me. I have to, like... What do you mean not accomplish? I accomplish my objectives. To feed.
That's what Dota is all about, man. Well, 7k gold lead right now for the side of 9 Pandas. Not many kills for VP. And you were mentioning earlier just how slow this VP draft can be. And we're seeing it right now that they just seem to be struggling to be doing anything proactive. They've been the one responding constantly to what 9 Pandas are doing, but we haven't seen them smoke up. We haven't seen them move really beyond the river to encroach into 9 Pandas part of the map, except for that one fight we saw top that they lost horrendously anyway.
Yeah, I mean, for me, maybe the biggest issue is, like, you're putting... I'm not sure how much faith in this Viper on Squadix, because, like, if you look at the Lifestealer, he just completed his armlet. This is minute 16. He's as poor as the Viper, maybe a little bit richer. This isn't really a great game for him. He is very far away from his Radiance. On the other side, like, the cores are farming.
Antares, stop, he's dead. How did he get here? Does have, at the very least, some time spent dragging some heroes with him. So space created. That's what I'm going to put out. Space created, unless this gank works out for them. That's why they smoke up on the side of 9 Pandas. Try reveal the blink. Mid. Noticed is getting brought down by Kiyotaka. There will be the ultimate from FNG just to hold Kiyotaka in position. And now Kiyotaka all by his lonesome. His team is too far away. The Stampede was used, but it was used offensively. So he will end up dead. I think they thought they had more time there, Liz, but a little bit too much damage coming out from VP, bringing down the Wind Ranger.
No, that was a perfect example. Mid lane Heritage, he has rage, though.
He has rage. He's getting back. Yeah, he should be fine.
Yeah, do they have the... Of course they don't. They don't have the shard on TA. It's only minute 17. What they do have is a blink now, though. Desolator, blink TA, of course Dragonlance. Like, it's a pretty good spot to be in if you're Dark Lord. You can already maybe threaten some Roche fights or something like that, because as long as you force a fight, I think you're winning it. It's all only when it comes to these like small skirmishes where you might lose. But I'm looking at Desolator plus the bugs from Weaver maxed out. I really think this is free Roche for them.
Well, it seems like they agree. They're already going into the area. They feel so confident. They don't even feel the need to take down the tier 1 first. But this should die in a very short order. TA is en route. Kiyotaka should be able to get the scouting here done. But there was an observer ward that actually saw him, so they know that this is going down.
Or maybe he's going through the portal. That's also possible, right? So you aren't 100% sure, but I feel like you're 99% sure if you're VP that this is going down.
No way to stop it. And they did the right thing, getting it during the nighttime as well. So by the normal Roshan cycle, it should spawn on their side of the map as well. Much easier to control down the stretch. So now we think about what can VP do? Where do we dodge? And are they smoking somewhere? They don't want to dodge. They actually want to try and force a little bit of an engagement. They think 9 Pandas will be spread across the map, and they want to exploit that right now.
This isn't the craziest move, and I've seen it very often. What's bad for me maybe is the fact that they aren't connected yet, but Antares is connecting. And Kiyotaka, my friend.
Yeah. He doesn't have the Aegis. He needs to be careful. Kiyotaka, you're too close. Be careful. And he wasn't careful, so Kiyotaka will end up dead. All right, the smoke move pays off for VP. Look, let's be honest, Liz. That's not the first time we've seen such deaths from Kiyotaka. That's part and parcel of having him on the team. What can you do? They're going to try to get revenge and spin back for the boy, though, because they fight Noticed on the high ground, and they eviscerate him in short order. So 9 Pandas. Yes, they end up losing Kiyotaka, but they're not going to end up losing too much on the map.
I wonder what the bug is. Have you seen any bugs recently in your games?
I had a bug the one day I was playing Weaver. I bought Diffusal.
Of course you were playing Weaver.
And for some reason it wouldn't upgrade to Disperser later. I just had like a ton of cash and it just wouldn't upgrade. It was very weird.
What do you mean?
As in I would click the button, right, to buy the item. And
Did you go to the secret shop?
But it wouldn't combine. Like it wouldn't combine at all. And I was just like,
Did you unlock it? Was it locked?
Yes, it was unlocked.
Okay.
It did all the things.
I believe you. I had some weird bugs lately as well. The biggest ones are probably with the control groups for me. I feel like micro players are... I don't know what I13 has against micro players, but I feel like he's trying to eradicate us. Let's put it as kindly, because your control groups don't work anymore. Like you have to recreate them. Squad X, no stack maybe.
I don't think his hero works anymore because it is about to die. He's gonna put some damage out before he goes down, and Alberca is actually gonna get taken to task by Kiritich. Centaur will fall for this. FNG waiting in the wings. Look at the damage from this Nether Toxin. They were just standing in it the entire time. Dark Lord almost loses his life, but fortunately for him, FNG not strong enough, but he gets sniped. Antares with the stolen power shot gets the 360 no-scope to remove the Aegis from Dark Lord.
Yep, nicely done by him. Such a good game, by the way. If you're playing Rubik in a game like this one, look at his item build. Like he went Ghost into 4-staff. Of course, you can buy Ghost into 4-staff when you know that you'll always steal Sokuchis, so you're fine. You don't need to get a Blink Dagger or Aether Lance or something like that. You're always gonna be in position close enough because of Sokuchi, and you can always get away also because of Sokuchi. So that's why the hero is picked into him constantly.
Instead of the Grand Magus, the Grand Sokuchia. He's out here doing his thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Also, the time that they've had these fights has also increased the amount of time that we've had farm for Kiritich. He's closing in on getting that Radiance. Like, it's not the fastest timing in the world, but the disparity in net worth between him and TA, minute by minute, is starting to grow smaller.
Oh, by the way, he took the lower mana cost facet on Rubik. There's the other one is, I think, the AoE. Am I correct? Or is the AoE the... I think the other one is the AoE. Yeah. The other one, you get AoE on your rule. I mean, AoE is also pretty damn nice, but this game, I mean, what are you truly stealing that has AoE? You're constantly gonna have Squishy. So, I guess this is... I'm not sure, maybe this is always better, like the...
Bottom? Is Dark Lord dead?
Might be.
They really want to try to go for him here. Starting him up, there's going to be FNG setting it up for the crew, and he does not have any support nearby him. Will end up dead. Kiritich claims the kill, and that's going to be the completion of the Radiance as well at the same time.
Yep. I have to say, the cores on 9 Pandas are playing like there's no Treant on the map. Like, they're playing like they can do these things. Solo push the tier 2s, and if you look at the tier 2, look at the traps that are around it. Down bot. He felt safe, but you're not really safe. You're playing into a tree. It's gonna catch you. Yeah, that was a bit off.
It must be a very frustrating experience playing against FNG on a Vision hero. Just because of how good he has it. I mean, this is a case in point. Him setting up for a kill onto Solo. And Solo is actually worth a little bit of cash if he does go down. But they're not going to go through it without the ultimate, so Solo will live.
Yeah, and he also, I think, missed. He got revealed before. And there's a Gossamer escape as well on Elder Titan. So even if he hit him, I'm not sure if he entangled him. But in any case,
Notice is dead.
Yeah.
That was quick. Nice. Nice.
Very nice.
Tier 1 tower push should get started now. BKB finishing for Kiyotaka. And solo. You know, this is so frustrating about Elder Titan. The fact that, why is it fair that the enemy 5 position can solo defend a tier 1 tower, dude? How does that make sense?
Why? How does it make sense that he can solo your carry? I mean, there are just heroes like that, you know, and he has his weaknesses, of course, but no, not too many. He's a big boy with a briefcase. He slaps. There isn't really a lot of things as satisfying as hitting people with ET. So
yeah, definitely the best like hitting animation in the game.
I'm a fan. I'm a big fan.
Like that sound is so nice. Gonna have a smoke up now from the Radiant side. VP boys feel strong enough to try and go make something happen on the map. They're setting up behind Kiritich. He'll probably climb inside Notice at the correct juncture.
Yeah, he's got the Radiance. He's almost, well, not almost, but he's moving towards his Manta. He has to be careful because Dark Lord does have that shard and the BKB now. So we've got that BKB and the silence. Like Rubik and Taurus. Will he get jumped? No.
Not yet. Notice is going for the jump. Gets the infest inside him. They roll onto the high ground. They find Solo. So they're going to try and eliminate the ET, but the Stampede makes the escape happen. Alberca keeping his crew alive. At the same time, Notice gets shackled up on the landing on the Rolling Thunder. He's going to end up dead. Whilst Darklord was soloing down FNG's tree, they need to retreat right now from VP. Antara is trying to TP out, but the Stomp will prevent that, granting a double kill for Darklord. Sayush finding vision onto this Viper, slowed down by the Templar trap, held in place by the Shackle Shot and killed off by the TA. A triple for her, a team fight for 9 Pandas, and less hope in game 1 for VP.
Yeah, 10k advantage now. The move, like, it wasn't that bad, but the Rolling Thunder needs to connect a couple of more times, not only once. Now Kiritich as well, he didn't start TPing. Yeah, he's still fine, but okay, what can change for VP? It's very simple, the way I see it, but they're very far away from it. They need a blink on Treant. Like, when you're going in with this Rolling Thunder, you need a follow-up with someone. Their biggest issue is they have absolutely no follow-up. This Pango goes in with Blink, and he's that Blink range away from all of his teammates, because no one else can go in with him. Of course, Lifestealer if infested, but it's not enough. One Stampede and they're gone, so... I don't know, FNG, I feel like he just purchased this gem. It's good, but I think he should have greeded out for a Blink.
I'm fully with you. I mean, I knew the Stampede was going to be a problem for them in terms of the initiation, but it's proven to be a much bigger deal than I thought. They really are struggling right now. And FNG, because of how hard the game has been for him, he's very far from actually achieving that Blink Dagger. Yeah. We'll see what they do to get there. I mean, hopefully for them, they end up taking a fight around the Roshan pit, where they are going to be, they know 9 Pandas will be clumped. That might make it a little bit easier for him to actually get off that big overgrowth that he needs.
Maybe they are 10k behind. Like, this is probably the best fight that they can take, and maybe the worst fight for 9 Pandas, because you have to fight around a certain area. You can't just juke and dive and, you know, just run away, reset, because they can take rush. So maybe an opportunity that Virtus.pro could seize.
Speaking of their lack of lockdown, going back to the Vipers world, should SquadX have maybe in this game considered going for Atos instead of this pseudo carry build that he's building up to now?
In hindsight, yeah, maybe some Gleipnir on him would have worked, but Viper is one of those heroes that when you... It's not like, I don't know, you have these Elder Titan-like heroes, or even some cores like Vano, if Vano is a core. If he's played as a core, like, you can buy anything on them. Sometimes Viper needs a specific item build for him to work. And this nosedive might allow him to scale better even. I'm really not sure. I'm just trying to justify it. Mid lane.
Kiyotaka, he is just distracting them, buying space and time, opening up the map for the rest of his team to take down the Roche. And the second Aegis is in the hands of TA. And this is a very similar move they did last time. Baiting Kiyotaka middle while the rest of the team smokes after an Aegis. This time around though, he's gonna back off. He's not gonna let himself be the bait. But the rest of the team is still coming here, Liz.
Yeah, they see them with the spirit. They have it pretty much all scouted out.
Observer Ward on the high ground, though, does give the information. Lets them stay safe, so VP will not bleed further deaths after giving up the Aegis.
I'm not sure how you take these fights. This is... I'm just gonna sit back and look at this next fight and see what their idea is on Radiant, because I feel like if you want to win it, you need the Sagarims or you need Kiritich to just be a god mode. You know, go full god mode. With,
Okay. I've got a plan, bro. Hear me out. Here's what we do. So, Squadix has Hurricane Pike, right? That's his mobility item. Or rather, no, he has Nosedive and Hurricane Pike. So, he four-stops forwards the tree. Notice goes in with the Rolling Thunder. Antares blinks forward, lifts the tree with a shard telekinesis into the team, and that's how FNG will get into the fight.
Dude, this is the best plan I've ever heard in my goddamn life, Snare. Let's go.
You gotta think outside the box sometimes, man. You know, you're trapped. Gotta do something special that they won't expect.
Damn it, let's go. I'm all for it. They can kill the TA, that's something. Like, if she gets caught, they can kill her once, but then on top of that, she has BKB and cheese, so... good luck with that, but it's possible. Like, you have this Viper and Radiance on Lifestealer. You know, like, a lot of damage from them, a lot of dots as well.
I'm about to lose the tier 2 in the top lane. That's probably gonna set up for them to just have more and more real estate taken in front of their very eyes. What items are we close to for the Lifestealer? So Kiritich is going to have to really overperform to help his team out. He has the Manta with the Radiance, going for the Aghanim Scepter now. That's going to help him deal with these right-clicking cores at least.
Yeah, I did say that this hero does too much with too little. Like, of course you have this built-in BKB, so that helps, but...
So, game continuing now, as it was prior. I'm wondering where the next engagement is actually going to end up breaking out, because Kiyotaka, he is very happy to position forward now that he has the BKB encroaching on level 20 as well. Fairly strong hero.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Nice, we're back. I basically...
We're back.
Yeah, my bad. I stretched my legs and plugged out my monitor. That's a new one, you know, never happened before. I'm finding new ways to you know, to ruin games, ruin pubs. By the way, you asked about Kiritich earlier, what's he gonna go for and stuff. I don't know if you discussed it. He opted not to go for Aghanims in the end, he's buying MKB. So, some extra damage into the Wind Ranger as well. Yeah, I'm not sure, but Dark Lord is right now with 30 seconds on his Aegis, spamming some psionic traps around this tier 2, living armor on it, so a little bit harder to take down, but he's not afraid. As long as he has this Aegis, he's completely fine. MKB has been completed on Lifestealer, and I feel like if you're VP, you're gonna try something with it. Like, you kinda have to at this point. Another really cool thing about this game, by the way, that we haven't discussed is this guy Antares. Like, we talked about the spells that he can steal. Stealing traps is also probably one of the best feelings on Rubik. You get these traps, you plant them across the map, you get vision. It's so good.
Radiant are scanning. Radiant are scanning.
exactly where 9 Pandas are sitting. And there's no way they can make it. The approach angles are just all wrong at me.
Yeah, so we're missing Snare for a little bit here, but let's see, noticed. The Slavic play-by-play is taking over, my friends, for Eastern European division. Let's go. Noticed, infested. There is a smoke and he goes in. The TA, not the TA, the Kiyotaka. He's being chased, has the BKB running away. He's running and never mind, I'm gonna stop that. But anyways, he does manage to get away. He's got that BKB used, so that's a little bit of a win for VP. But then again, when you're 10k behind, you're not happy when you just force a BKB. However, you can take a fight after that because you still have a chance to perhaps go in. Now there is no Wind Ranger. You don't have Rolling Thunder though. I guess it doesn't really matter as long as you can jump her with the blink. Infest is up in 10 seconds. Radiance is off. He's trying to be sneaky. The traps are there. You can see the way they're positioning themselves, like Elder Titan behind the Ancients, Wind Ranger on the right side, TA on the top side. Like they're just breaking any attempt to be caught by that smoke. So very nicely done. And of course they have this Weaver, Seiyuj or Seiyu. He's just farming down bot and pushing in the lane. So eventually someone has to show, someone has to defend it. Can't just let this Weaver do it. So yep, overall pretty good spot still for 9 Pandas. I think I hear you, Snare. Yeah, of course I can. Speak up, my man. FNG?
It's one of those mornings, man. FNG, when they find themselves getting caught out here, Saish, just gonna surround him, give the kill to Kiyotaka. Let the
I think you're the problem. Like, you show up, FNG feeds instantly. What do you have against him?
It's because he's not playing Disruptor, that's why. If he was playing Disruptor, then I'd just make sure he stays alive no matter what.
I see. I understand. You did call for that Disruptor, so yeah. I can see that you can be disappointed. I can understand
that's a buyback if needed. Notice is really thinking about it, revving up the Rolling Thunder. Dude, can they actually defend this, or do you let the Rex go?
I think they should defend it. They just can't right now because they had the Astral Spirit on them, but the question is, do you want to push the high ground that way? Because it's kind of scary. Even without the tree, he can always buy back. By the way, FNG 1900 gold. So he is getting closer to the blink.
He certainly is. There's a fight that might brew here. Man, notice does not want to actually use this ultimate unless it's absolutely necessary. Revving it up a few times, and they just zone them back from the 9 Pandas lineup. Although they have lost their triangle in the process.
He knows what has happened like 3-4 times already. They brew up his ulti, he goes in, and they just escape with the Stampede. So better to wait.
Could be worse. Oh wait, no, it couldn't.
Better to wait a bit. Maybe they can steal the traps again. Maybe they can get some shackles. Like overall, I don't think it's a bad position to be in. If you're VP, you can still wait out the blink. How much? 150 gold for FNG, and he's got it with that ward.
Yeah. Unfortunately for them, though, the next time a big fight breaks out, unless they do something, it'll probably be into an Aegis. The big man comes up in another 30 seconds. He will spawn on the Dire side. And VP recognize this. They know that if they give away a third Aegis, there's no way they can win this game. So time to go on an adventure.
You're definitely not giving it away. Like, you have everything that you need right now with FNG having his blink. However, they have been scanned. Like, the spirit from Elder Titan didn't connect. They dodged it very nicely. But the scan just clipped FNG, so they know where everyone is. Or where they should be, at least.
Saish waiting in the trees, able to break one smoke. Power shot will scout out Dark Lord and Alberca as well. Now it's all about who's going to try and find that initial jump. Antares waiting in the wings with the blink dagger. And FNG,
Kiyotaka,
he
he's going in.
Kiyotaka is going in. First one to the fight. He finds FNG. They're taking away the team fight, Blizzard. There's no treant. Oh my goodness, they need to get out. Notice with Rolling Thunder drops off Kiritage, but I think this fight is over. Kiritic going onto a burger right now, but he pops his BKB, and now with the melt strike going back onto Squadic, the TA just melts down the Viper. Kiritic stuck around a little bit longer, but only to watch himself die. They take out 3. They lose none in return, and man, they might even get a 4th one here. Antara is really trying to get himself out, getting slowed up by Kiyotaka and Solo. And here they come to finish him off, to make this a 4-hero wipe, and perhaps a tier 3 tower to boot.
They even had a creep, by the way. They could have started hitting the tier 3, because that one creep followed Antares this whole way. In the end, they do have creep wave mid lane, so it doesn't really matter. But these fights are going so badly for VP. First, of course, like you mentioned, Treant dies first. He's out of position. He's the first one that falls, and off of that, your fight is pretty much done. Like, and it's sad that you're so dependent on your position 5. Like, you're so dependent on your position 5 to do anything in these fights at this point. I mean, 20k behind, you can't really blame it on the tree anymore. Not any longer, at least.
They did not manage to get the full set of racks through the mid lane. Got the tier 3. They'll back off to take the Roshan as well now. And yeah, Harem, it's actually really weird, right? Because FNG, prior to him getting the Blink Dagger, his positioning was really generally quite good in the fight, right? But then after the Blink, he was a little bit too far forward. Perhaps wasn't aware of exactly where their position were.
You know why that is? Because before the Blink, you have no business being up front. So when you do get the Blink, you're kind of thinking in a different way. You're preparing and pre-positioning yourself in a bit more aggressive way, and because of that, you can get caught. They didn't lose the Raxes, at least bot lane. Antares, Gleipnir.
Is he gonna die? Where is he?
Yeah.
Could be worse.
Definitely dead.
Oh, wait, no.
No Sakuchi to bail you out, buddy.
Yeah, they didn't take the Raxes because noticed Creep skipped mid and top after the last fight. He's the only one that survived. Now the question is, can he do something like that again? Because this should be the high ground push. Like 27k advantage, TA with an MKB on top of everything else, level 25, 5 refraction instances on her. God, this is not an easy defense.
She's level 25. Wind Ranger's about to crack 25. Centaur is 20. Whew. And Weaver is also about to hit 20 on the support Weaver. Probably getting the swarm reduction since he's playing as 4. Nonetheless, though, experience is starting to become a massive problem for VP. And sadly, you know, you weren't that much of a fan of the Viper earlier on, but one of the worst parts about Viper, when you get to this stage of the game where you're this behind, what do you even do as a hero? You pretty much just become like a very fed support rather than an actual core in the game.
Yeah, the Viper is a weird one when it comes to power spikes, and I do think that he has like a possibility to scale very nicely later on, but he's more of that beefy core, not really that beefy right now.
Oh my god, Yotaka just runs forward at him with the focus fire, and they end up killing him off. They bring down FNG as well. Solo dropping down the ultimate to make sure that happens, and now Kiritic.
Did you see this?
Was just coming out. Okay, Kiritic. Alright, cool. Yeah. That was interesting.
I mean, Workhorse broken versus Lifestealer. He infests you, you Workhorse the hero that has been infested, and he's doing nothing to the hero. That's something new.
Gonna go in right now, looking for notice. He does manage to ball up, but there's still more than enough right-click damage. They need to save him. The Warcore stolen by Antares. That'll keep Noticed alive for now, enabling this Pango to still contribute to the defense. But the rest of 9 Pandas, they are not interested in anything else but buildings right now. Tier 4 towers will fall. Exposed Ancient. And with 30 seconds to go without a Viper, 5v3, I think they might be able to put a lot of damage onto the Ancient. Notice he's on the back end of the fight, right behind everybody. But he's getting good. Chain disabled. Right click down. Does have buyback, but it might be too late by the time he returns. Kiritic infested inside Kiyotaka, hoping to be able to do something here in this fight. But he pops out having accomplished nothing. The right click's going on to the Ancient. They pop the last fortification, but they know it is pointless. The glyph will end, as well as the game. GG, well played is called. And 9 Pandas secure themselves game 1 with a very...
But you have to outplay, because they will bring you the numbers on the side of VP.
Let's see if they've got what it takes to get that outplay going as we enter into the second and possibly final game of this best of 3 series. VP, they want the run back But 9 Pandas, they want the easier road through. And if you're 9 Pandas, dude, this must feel so good. If you win this series, you were probably coming into this one being like, VP and Na'Vi are a big competition. Well, one of them will already be gone. You guaranteed will not play them again in the upper bracket. Makes your life so much easier down the stretch.
Yep, same for both of these teams, whoever wins. But of course, for 9 Pandas, they only need 1 win remaining in the series to have that secured for them.
Wait, isn't 1 win only playing tomorrow, bro?
God damn it, Snare. I'm done. Get me out. Oh, by the way, the face set on Darkseer is Heart of the Battle. Darkseer moves faster when near other heroes. That's what he went for. What did I take? I took the attack speed, the face set when I played. It doesn't feel that great, to be honest. I think this movement speed...
It can. You have to do like Ulu. Ulu took the attack speed talent, but he played it safe lane. Yeah.
I know. I still don't like it. I feel like this talent. I feel like this talent makes a lot of sense on Darkseer because you pop that Iron Shell and you want to run after people and you get this movement speed if you're near people. So it does, does make sense.
Yeah. Getting the game started now. Mid lane. SquadX is actually going to be there playing the Pangolier. I'm kind of surprised that they decided to make that change. I feel like Slaughter would have been crushing the Ember overall, whereas this matchup feels a little bit more even. What do you think the rationale was to make the swatchable?
I won't say it's that even. I feel like in the past, at least, Ember does really well here. So we'll see if something has changed. Ember should be doing quite all right. What is the rationale? I think they just didn't like the Pango in game 1 on offlane, so they switched it up back mid. SquadX was like, okay bro, you showed what you can do, it's my time now.
For now, SquadX is doing okay in the CS department. We'll check in on him a little bit later. Down bottom, speaking of the other hero that they could have considered to roll middle in terms of the Slaughter, he's playing with the Spirit Breaker. So the two of them, once we hit level 2, level 3, we definitely need to try get some kills out of these heroes, right?
On who? Slaughter or Spirit Breaker?
No, I'm saying the two of them should try like dive forward and make something happen.
Yeah, I think so. I think honestly there's a lot of kill potential on both sides down bot. Like Solo can get some kills with the gyro. There's a lot of damage between the two of them. Top lane 9 Pandas are gonna lose the first blood at least. Yeah.
Bro, Weaver level 2. This hero is something else. It is something else. Bug, Sakuchi, plus you still have the Gemini double hit. Easy first blood. Nicely done. But so far, top lane, this Darkseer, definitely not going to have... we're not going to be seeing him and Sayush get as many kills as what they did in game 1. It's more just about getting yourself into the mid game at decent levels and decent form. Not really trying to upset the card too much.
Charge? Is this just for the rune? Or is it, yeah, it's just for the rune.
Just the rune, yeah.
Secures it, takes it, goes back bot. Feels good. Slardar, I mean, he's got 9 CS. It's not that bad for him, but Gyro is completely free farming. This is a switch up that was maybe a bit out there, like you asked about it, the Pango and Slardar, because I feel like both of them suffer the same, but Pango crushes mid more. Sorry, Slardar crushes mid more. So, I'm thinking if you're not gonna crush Gyro, why switch it up? Like, but maybe Slardar doesn't do as well as he did before. So maybe there is some thing that I am unaware of in this patch, in this particular matchup at least.
Fortunately, right now, Kiyotaka, or at least for VP, SquadX is actually doing quite well against Kiyotaka. So we'll see how things go as more levels start to accrue. Top lane, Kiritich. What are we building here? Just regular Falcon Blade Maelstrom. I don't think we'll have any big surprises from the Weaver. They might get the kill though onto the Darkseer. Alberka forced to pop the magic stick. And then Kiritich definitely doesn't want to stick around and get killed by Dark Willow, so will instead just back off.
Yeah. That's the classic level 3 Darkseer initiation, right? Like you get level 3 on him, the level 2 Iron Shell, you instantly try and go for a kill.
Oh, they actually might try to go for a kill here onto FNG. Solo has made the trip to the top side of the map. Well, it is Solo. We should have expected this. Solo taking a twin gate pre 5 minutes. Where have I seen this movie before?
I mean, he completely zoned out bot. So he didn't have much to do down bottom because the lane is pushing anyway. He just goes top. It does make sense. And you do have this double iron shell now. Maybe he's gonna go again. He didn't move back, and see him just TP'd in. Spirit Breaker is around as well.
Let's see, they're gonna go onto FNG now, throwing in the blood grenade, and here comes Solo. He's getting charged though, but he has already thrown out the Nature's Grasp. There's gonna be a vacuum to interrupt the Antares charge. He cannot catch up to Solo, and now it's gonna be costing them all of their lives. A double kill so far for Alberca. Kiritic, he's at least gonna be able to skirt his way to safety. But nonetheless, 9 Pandas, they were able to make the move. Even though VP was prepared, 9 Pandas just outplayed them.
Yeah, 9 Pandas are playing the lanes just better. Like in game 1, they played the lanes better. In game 2, they're playing them again better. And yeah, like, are they losing any lane? Okay, Pango mid is doing damn well against the Ember. He's doing really damn well.
Actually.
30 lasted, 10 denies. This... I am like, generally this lane was easier for Ember, wasn't it?
That's what I remember, but turns out Squadix has got the update, knows what's up, playing this a lot better. And they've drawn Solo to the mid lane as well, just to give Kiyotaka some assistance.
I mean, the hero did change, and he does have the double shield crash, right, on Squadix? Double jump. Solo.
Solo's dead. Getting charged into right now. Gonna get right click down, he will lose his life. Dude, Squadix, oh my gosh, that was so close. He would have given up so much advantage. He's actually gonna almost die, Squadix! 28 HP! No, the hit though! Saish with the Dream Realm coming back from the shadows, gets the kill. That is a pretty big deal to happen in this mid lane.
What gave him vision all of the way over there? I didn't see it. Was there a war?
I think he was still in range on the high ground with this Cardi that was up here, giving a little bit of the vision on the corner.
Yeah. Oh, super unfortunate for the Pango, but it's his fault. I'm not gonna say it's unfortunate. it is what it is, man. You walked into Bramble and then you stayed in vision. Bot lane though, insta response on the Dark Lord.
Yep. Oh no! Squadix missed the swashbuckle. Dark Lord is still alive. They get the Rolling Thunder out. They should be able to kill him off nonetheless. Whew. But still, that, you know, those kind of things, it's not fun when they happen. You start to get very stressful about your prospect of execution in the later game.
No, I can hear you're stressed. I don't know if he's as stressed as you are. You definitely are. He was dead no matter what. Like, you missed that swashbuckle, he still dies. But like you said, you're not that happy. Because you just died mid, and then you missed the swashbuckle, you're feeling like, oh my god. It's like when you miss stuff with Pudge, you know? Suddenly, you're sweating a bit. This Ember is on you.
One of the things as well is because he missed the swashbuckle, he had to commit the Rolling Thunder. Thankfully, it doesn't seem like he'll be punished for it though. Should be A-okay in the long term.
Yep.
Top Alberca though might not be in that good of a position as FNG. He dies first though, so Kiritic doesn't have enough in the tank to really threaten the Dogs here.
Nah, he's fine. This Darkseer is also having a good time on top lane. So Darkseer having a good game. Gyro honestly having also a good game. Ember, the laning stage itself might not have been the best, but he did get a couple of kills in the last 2 minutes, so can't really be too sad. Like overall, all cores on both sides have gotten out of the laning stage unscathed. Like they have a lot. Squadix
taking quite a lot of damage just from a couple of spells here. He might need to think very carefully about his positioning here. There will be a charge. They're going on to Alberca because Weaver, Kiritic and FNG, they want to find this kill. I think they should be able to succeed in this endeavor. Wall gets dropped, and he knows he's get vacuumed to cancel a charge, so Antares does not keep up the chase.
I feel like even if he doesn't vacuum Squadix...
Squadix? Wasn't he supposed to back after his team left the middle?
He was maybe supposed to, but he didn't do it.
Uh-oh. This is definitely problematic. Pretty big death to give up there, Squadix. And now a lot of the advantage that he gained in the mid lane over Kiyotaka, it's been eroded, Lizard. They are now actually not just equivalent, but Ember Spirit is ahead of him.
Yeah, Ember and Darkseer, this is it. Like, this is what we talked about. Alberca, how far is he from the mech? Just needs the recipe. Like, I feel like you get this mech on Darkseer and you just start playing the map. You go for tier 1 top, then you go for tier 1 mid. First, FNG.
For FNG. Yeah. He actually might not die here. Kiyotaka is the one that's being charged into. Does he have a defensive remnant? I don't see one, but I think he has one, yeah, on the tooltip, so it should be fine. Yeah. So should be able to get himself out of this one. Slight remnant out, he's cool.
Yeah, he doesn't manage to find the rune. I feel like... Right, oh, the rune wasn't there anyway. It was just Squadix waiting for him, never mind. The rune will be there in 10 seconds, so... Has a little bit of time to... Let's see what he goes. He goes base. Okay. Has a remnant, right? So he can move back in. Maybe fight the top rune.
Let's see. They're thinking about it. Sayish throws out the brambles. Rune spawns bottom. Squadix gonna get himself rooted up anyway. Kiyotaka happy to poke. And it looks like Notice is gonna be the one to confirm the regen rune bottom for Squadix. Kiyotaka is still thinking about putting out some harass here, but not gonna be able to do it. He's gonna remnant up and down. He should be fine.
Yeah, it was a nice attempt from him to maybe go on the remnant and snatch the rune, but he was stunned. Like, I can see what he was trying to do, but yeah, it just wasn't possible because of the Slardar. Nice little rotation by Noticed. He was farming the hard camp here, farmed it up, secured the rune, helped out his mid lane a bit.
So both of us were expecting from the draft itself that VP were going to be able to play at a much higher pace and tempo. Are they ready? When will they be ready to try and start doing that? What's still missing?
Not yet. What's missing is, I think you're leading me on a very obvious answer, is the blink on this Lardar. Like, you need that, and then the game becomes a bit easier to play. Of course, you can play with the Pango, like Pango Spirit Breaker, and that's what they have attempted, but these moves didn't really connect that well for them. Mid lane.
I'm gonna try and connect onto Antares here. Kiyotaka's on him, and there's that Bedlam combo with the Ember Spirit. They will be able to kill him off with the Sleight of Fist. And we see Solo dropping down the Overgrowth just as a route of escape. He might not be able to escape himself, though. At the same time, Kiyotaka thinking about jumping back in for FNG. So is Sayish. But now Kiyotaka walking underneath the tier 1 tower. Needs to terrorize to bail him out. He misses the slide. FNG will live. And now he gets back with the Frostbite. And Squadix finds the shield crash to get the double. FNG, what a turnaround from the Crystal Maiden.
Yeah, this was after being bullied the first game for so many times. This Frostbite is just insane. It was insane in the last patch. It's still good versus these Spirit Heroes. So, you know, it's pretty solid. Like, you get it. It's a very long route. And the Ember Spirit can't really get away. But then again, Ember Spirit, if he connected with his Sleight of Fist, he wouldn't have died. So it's on him, kind of.
Definitely. Well, he's going to try to get something maybe bottom because they're making a smoke move from the side of VP. Unbeknownst to them, Ember has shown up. Maybe leading on to Noticed. They're going for the full wrap here, but they've missed their window a little bit here, Liz. Now here comes 9 Pandas looking towards Noticed. His allies might leave him through the Twin Gate. If he shows here, he could be in a world of trouble. But they don't know where the allies are, so they don't want to make the jump just yet. Sleight of Fist scouts out Squadix in the south. But I don't think this engagement's actually going to happen.
Like, right now, these two offlaners, it's an offlane diff. So you can't really take that fight because there's a Darkseer with a mech and you don't see him. And if you go and he just runs in vacuum wall and saves the gyro with the mech, you're probably dead. But they're going top.
Okay, they actually came all of them through the Twin Gate. Kiricic does have the ultimate though. Time-lapse moves himself to the west. He should be okay. And they'll use the opportunity, I imagine, to finish off this tier 1 tower in the top lane.
Yeah, just a trade. Kiricic goes bot, they go top. The question is, will they actually rotate down bot through the Twin Gate again? Probably not.
Kiyotaka's here already.
They will, though.
They already threw out the glyph, actually, getting a lot of damage onto Notice. Our Slaughter's in danger right now. Bedlam comes out, and that's going to kill him off. We will have a freezing field from FNG, but not nearly enough damage to really threaten these Radiant heroes. He's going to end up dead himself, granting a double kill to the Ember Spirit. So it's not a trade, Lizard. They get the tier 1, they save their own, and they get 2 kills to boot.
Mid lane.
Mid lane,
X.
they lose one. Squad X, though, he's not going to escape from the squad free, will he? Kiyotaka has one more remnant at the ready. Squad X shield crash doesn't get him up the hill, but Rolling Thunder does come back online. And that will enable him to roll himself to safety.
He's got double damage and he's got Iron Shell. Like, this man can just go in. Squad X?
Squad X, no! Squad X! Go home! You should have went home, my friend. Oh, no. Will he survive this, though? He does. Kiyotaka gets scared off by the TP of FNG after what happened last time. So he's like, you know what, bro, you're allowed to live today.
Yeah, he's fine. The Frostbite is too strong, and also, like, he couldn't continue chasing him without remnants. Goes back. That double damage is still pretty solid on Kiyotaka. He can maybe farm the hard camp a little bit. He's got a nice little stack there, but honestly, like, looking at these two games, I don't know if VP slept well, but they are looking very sleepy in the laning stage. Like, 9 Pandas are looking like they have 500, maybe 1,000 MMR more on average. Just, you know, just from these small skirmishes and movements and how they're playing the map. Then again, it is the nature of the Darkseer Ember combo. It's much easier for them to move on the map.
And also, while they've been making these movements, anytime that VP has been putting pressure on a tower, especially bottom, they have Treant Protector. Just been constantly healing it up, denying VP of map space. And they eventually get the tier 1, but it cost them their own tier 1 in the mid lane to accomplish this.
2 tier 1s for 1. Greaves now completed on Darkseer.
Oh, top. Blink Dagger revealed. They're going on to solo. And notice, we'll get him. All right. That's what you were saying. Blink allows them to play fast, and they do it immediately as the item is available.
Yeah, not really the best kill, unfortunately, but it is a kill, and you're gonna take it. Now you have that Blink Dagger revealed, and everyone on 9 Pandas should be a bit more careful. Should be, I'm saying, at least.
Squad X is still playing pretty far up, but then here comes Notice again. They debated the Ember Spirit. He didn't know he was being charged through by Antares. Very nicely done, and Notice wants to keep the chase going. 5 seconds until the blink is online. The surge will be there, though. So Alberca gets to a safe place before he can get caught up to.
Yep. Gotta be careful. Like, they have this blink now, and I know you're an Ember, you have Sleight of Fist, you have Remnants and everything, but Spirit Breaker, in this day and age, it's very difficult to react. Nice wall.
Oh, nice back wall on the 2 in the mid lane with the Bedlam on top of it. They get eviscerated. FNG will drop the freezing field to enable Kiritich to escape, but he knows his own life is forfeit. And that's another 3 deaths. Despite the very cool kill onto Ember middle, they yet again fail to capitalize it on the map.
This looks just... I'm not sure what's going on in VP camp, but this is looking way too simple for 9 Pandas. They need to have one of those talks, you know, because this tier 1 defense and how they defended it was just... I don't know. It's too easy. It's too simple. Everyone is showing, you're just jumping them, there's no response. One simple vacuum ball and that's it.
So right now, Solo is doing the LeBron beam. That's too easy. Come on, man. Do something.
Pretty much right now, at least. Because like they could have positioned a bit differently. Maybe if the Pengu is a bit further away, he can roll in, break things up at least a little bit. Like, if, let's say, if Kiritich is caught, if he's the only one hitting, he probably doesn't die. He's got, well, maybe he dies if he gets brambled a couple of times, but he's the hardest one to kill. He's got time lapse. They don't really have stuns. Like, this should be, on paper, a free Weaver game, so maybe he should be the one freely hitting the towers as well.
Right now, he's a little bit afraid to approach towers. He's with his team inside their jungle, just hitting creeps as much as possible, finishing the Gleipnir, and then presumably building into BKB. What do we need right now from the side of 9 Pandas? Yes, I know you mentioned that the game is somewhat easy for them at the moment, but obviously they still want to play aggressively on the other side of the map. What's missing from their complement before they can go forward again?
I think you're just waiting for cooldowns, and that's it. Like, once your cooldowns are up, you can go. When it comes to the heroes, if you click on them, answers will be given to you. Like, your Darkseer is waiting for Crimson Guard, which isn't really that far away, and you don't have to click on Jarrod to understand that he's gonna buy BKB eventually. Both lane
FNG wishes he had BKB right now. Sadly, that is just a pipe dream. ends up dead at the hands of Kiyotaka.
You know what? As I was saying this about the BKB, he switches it up, and it's okay. Like SNY, Satanic kind of a build as well works pretty damn good on Dark Lord. There's still a lot of stuns that go through BKB, so I can understand that. Smoke mid.
No, I don't think they want Antares. They would prefer some bigger prey, and they found an observer over top that slightly scouted Kiritich, so they know he's in the area. The question is, will they go catch him? No, they will not, because they happen upon Squadix instead. And looks like his life is going to be the one that is forfeit. No way out for this one. Yep.
Like he vacuumed it. He vacuumed him from one bramble maze into another.
Yep.
And that was really nice. I really like that. That's these small little things.
You like that? No, I don't like that, dude. Now people are going to do it in my games, dude. I'm going to die so much. Remember, I spam Weaver. That sucks for me.
I love it. I love it. I love when Dark Willow gets, you know, she's very annoying to a lot of people, so I love to see her owning.
Mireska has arrived. Bit too strong of a hero. Still though, despite how bad things are looking on the map and they're not looking great, they still have some degree of map control and they haven't fallen completely off the map in terms of their farm progression. So the items that they need will eventually emerge if the state of the game doesn't change. And it looks like 9 Pandas are aware of this and they're starting to play a bit more aggressively to make sure that this game state changes now rather than later.
I feel like the difference here is the scaling on both sides. Like who's got... like in the last game you could see a clear advantage for 9 Pandas when it comes to scaling. This time around I would say it's still 9 Pandas favored, but the margins are very slim. Like it's nowhere nearly as favored as in that last game. So 9 Pandas, they do have to play the game a bit more carefully as well as faster.
Also, high key, bro, I am not trying to play against Spirit Breaker, Weaver, Pango in the late game.
And the Slardar as well to buff up all that damage.
Miss me with that, dude. I don't want to do that. Just like in the first game, though, 9 Pandas will claim the inaugural Roshan. And yet again, they take it on their side of the map, so it should be here next time as well on the respawn. And there's still so much real estate for them to take. They can take a tier 1 bottom, there's a triangle to take over, they can re-push top, get some wisdoms. Feels like they want to do something, but man, you know, sometimes players get greedy. There's so much nice, juicy real estate on the map that they might not actually want to go for fights just yet.
Like, just looking at both, I'm going through all the items, and I'm not seeing anything super strange when it comes to like taking these fights. Like you're talking about these two teams duking it out right now. I feel like you'd be happier if you're 9 Pandas. VP on the other side, like there's still a couple of things that you can hope and wish for. Like first, you have the shard on the Slardar that he is willing to buy even on his own. I think this shard is amazing, so it makes sense to get it. Kiritich, Gleipnir giving you a bit extra catch. I don't think you will lack too much catch, but it will be helpful and it buffs you up a bit. Your classic Beaver item, of course. And the Aghanims on the Pangolier. Same build like he did in the last game. Well, he noticed that last game he went for the Echo Axe top.
Speaking of noticed, thankfully for him, he just picked up the Aghanim shot, so he's not going to lose gold here, but still going to end up dead, it looks like. Still alive for now, though. Taking this fight, giving up the wand. He's not dead just yet, but the terrorize from Sayush makes sure that all the reinforcements that come in immediately get zoned back. They kill off FNG. Noticed is gone as well, and Squadix gets caught out by Solo with the ultimate, but Squadix does have Rolling Thunder, should be able to get himself out of here.
No TP though.
Is he out? No, Sayush is here. Sayush sees him. Do they have the angle to catch him is the question. And it seems the answer is no. He gets himself to the river, swashbuckle in a moment, and he's okay.
By the way, did you see when he was using, like, am I crazy? Like when he was using Rolling Thunder, when he used the double shield crash, there was like a little tornado underneath him. Is that usually? No, he usually just jumps, right?
He only just jumps, yeah.
I literally...
That is true.
Yules was not used on him. Dark Willow has her. Maybe Ember used it. I'm not sure. I don't think he did, but of course, right now when you use it on a Magic Immune or whatever target, the animation still shows, but nothing happens. But it just looked funny because he jumped and then it looked like he was used in the Rolling Thunder, but he wasn't.
You're just doing a double jump, you know, getting some video game logic out here for us. They've lost their tier 2 tower in the top lane now. Dark Lord chilling with an Aegis, the Aghanim Scepter, SNY, Chrysalis, as well as the Reaver coming for his Satanic. And now they're going to just go on to Notice. Heads up. No way he survives this one. He will try, but his attempt will all be for naught. Not only does he die, but Dark Lord is so strong that just his flak hits end up killing off FNG on the far side of the fight.
Yeah, this is still 2 minutes, by the way, on the Aegis. Antar is at least trying to creep skip up top, if you check it out. Like, we were doing the same thing mid. But this is the second game in a row in which they're resorting to creep skips to just stay alive 25 minutes in. And the Raxes will fall anyway. This time around, they're fast enough. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Dude, like,
they're actually moved.
Dude, they're just playing better. It's, I know it's like just play better, lol, you know, but they are playing better. It's like Nine Pandas. All of their moves are connecting. The way they're moving across the map is better. Squadix.
I think the big thing for me that is a great indicator of the fact that they're playing better is they're more reliably playing around their vision. It just feels like VP, a lot of their engagements, even the ones that they've looked for, we've seen them smoke, find nothing, or they'll see like 1 or 2 heroes decide to make a jump, but not enough information on the rest of the squad. Nine Pandas don't seem to have that problem. It's like they have no FOV in this game.
It's, you know, like the vision schmizzle, I don't know, man. Like you're talking about all these fancy stuff. All I see is the one guy's clicking faster on Antares bot lane.
Antares gets used up. This time around, we know exactly where it's coming from. And that should lead to the death of the Spirit Breaker.
That
does mean that for... Yeah?
Sorry, you're 100% right though, right? It's much easier to play faster when you have all the vision. And right now, it's VP that has it. Mid lane.
Okay, noticed. They do not... Yet again, they have forced to plant down an observer ward that's immediately scouted. And that's an example, right? They made this move not knowing exactly where Nine Pandas was, and now they're going to get punished for it. Notice getting caught in the middle of the lane. No way out of this one for you, buddy. Missile's going to catch up. It's got Dark Lord and Kiyotaka on top of him. They bring him down. And that's 45 seconds now in the grave for Slardar without buyback.
Yeah, Kiritich already in position, creep skipping mid lane, top lane. Antar is doing the same thing, but you know, at this point, they're so far ahead, 10k ahead. They'd like to force the high ground, but they don't have to. They can just continue farming the map. Your Gyro will have a Daedalus very soon. It's yeah, just a bit rough for VP. And when you said, by the way, that they didn't have vision, they didn't know exactly where they were. They did. Like, you're defending your high ground, you see where they are hitting it from, where they're retreating. Like, they just didn't want to commit with Slardar. They didn't want to just jump in, YOLO it. Instead, they're kind of trying to get the perfect position, you know, like the perfect ward for the perfect initiation. The game sometimes doesn't allow you to do that. You just have to YOLO it. You know, you have to go for it.
Sometimes you're not playing Dota, you're playing Assassin's Creed. Take the leap of faith, fam.
Yeah.
No other option. Gonna have a Wisdom Room coming up soon that they're definitely gonna steal from Nine Pandas, as well as taking away this tier 2 tower in the top lane.
By the way, wasn't it great the first time Assassin's Creed incorporated that? You're jumping from some 30-meter church into a, what is it, like a bunch of hay?
Like those bales of hay, yeah.
Bales of hay, yeah, like you just jump into bales of hay. Whatever. I'm fine. Shrug it off.
But if somebody put like a brick inside the hay, then you're screwed.
Yeah.
Well, VP might be screwed here because their game is about to get bricked, Liz. Tier 3 tower being taken. Nine Pandas feel so strong that they don't even have an Aegis, but they probably feel that Dark Lord of Satanic is equivalent to an Aegis.
Look at this. The same play. Once again, literally the same play. You know why? Because they just can't go on this gyro. They need to find Alberca.
They're gonna try and go in the background. They find Sayush. That's a great jump to start off with. No Sayush available. Now who else are we going to be able to look for here? Nice vacuum wall though coming in from Alberca on the 3. That enables this gyrocopter laying in the damage onto the Pangolier. He's just gone. FNG joins him and is forced to buy back. Weaver for Kiritich. Gonna eat a homing missile. Sukuchi's through it, so he's gonna stay alive. But noticed right now just forced to also run away to the west. Yes, not everybody dies, but the base is in shambles. It's about to be a second lane of racks in favor of 9 Pandas.
Yeah, they just want to end. Like Seiyu, he just bought back. He TP'd on the outpost and he's back in. This is it. They want to get megas. 15 seconds for the Spirit Breaker. He could even buy back if he wanted to. 18 for the Pango without an ulti for an additional 15 after. Oof. He's got BKB on Kiritich now. He just finished it.
Kiritich should be fine. BKB in 11 one charges and time lapse. He's A-okay. Noticed, maybe not so lucky. He doesn't have a BKB of his own. Caught inside some brambles. Dark Lord right on top of his face. But they don't want to dive the tier 4 towers just yet. Alberca will get back the drag with the vacuum, and that enables damage from Dark Lord to kill FNG, as well as Noticed yet again, neither of whom have buyback. Nice little terrorize. Stops both Antares and Squadix in the places. Squadix is dead. Kiritich trying his best to salvage the fight from the backlines, but he's not going to be able to do so. His BKB is only going to enable him to escape. No, will it? The vision from this observer ward allows Kiyotaka to just kill him off, and that will be the end of that. GG, well played is called, and 9 Pandas secure the 2-0 beatdown over Virtus.pro to progress in the upper bracket of the qualifiers.